Hello everyone, Radio Mike here. Thank you for coming back to my channel. 777 subscribers. It sounds really good, but I'd love to be on 778 or even like 800 or something like that, so chuck me a subscribe if you haven't already. Music, movies, TV shows, games, pop culture in general, it all happens on this channel, and I upload also 2 podcasts a week, so check them out as well right here. But today, I am talking about the latest character reveal for the Fighter Pass of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which, if you do not know me, is my favorite thing in the world. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, my favorite game in the world, and following the hype train of the DLC Fighter Pass for the last 2 years has been just an absolute pleasure. I have loved it so much. And a few days ago, we got the reveal of the next character to appear in the Fighter Pass and who will appear in March, to follow up the magnificent reveal of Sephiroth as the last Fighter Pass character. And to be honest, I guess I'm slightly disappointed personally about Pyra and Mythra. A lot of people did expect there to be a character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the Fighter Pass because that game is really big. It's a big game that Nintendo wants to push, and these guys will be the second and third, I suppose, representation of the Xenoblade series in Smash after Shulk, who appeared in Super Smash Bros. 4 for the first time. I guess being someone who is totally unfamiliar with the Xenoblade franchise and who hasn't played the games, I just didn't feel like this reveal was as big or exciting as something like Sephiroth, which was such a crazy, unexpected reveal, particularly after Cloud was already in the game. But of course, I'm at a point where I'm not really complaining at all about the roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because the 2 characters that I always thought I would really love to be in the game, King K. Rool and Banjo-Kazooie, have both gotten into the game, so I feel like I have no right to complain about where the roster is at. I'm super happy for Xenoblade fans with this, and I think it's really cool that Pyra and Mythra kind of function as a dual character, and if you go to the website, they are both counted as individual characters, so this is really 2 characters we are getting here. I'm sure they are more or less modeled on each other, but they are counted as 2 separate characters, and you can switch between them while you play, which is really cool. It kind of is like that Pokemon trainer mechanic where you use the down special to swap between the Pokemon, but it also harkens back to the early days of Super Smash Bros., particularly in Melee, where you could swap between Zelda and Sheik using the down special. That was something that they actually got rid of in Super Smash Bros. 4, including Zelda and Sheik's transformation, Zero Suit Samus and Samus's transformation, and of course the Pokemon Trader's transformations were all gotten rid of in the 4th edition of the game. A lot of people put this down to the technical limitations of the 3DS, which is probably why that happened, but it was also a point where they were focusing on all the characters being individual characters, but now with the addition of Pokemon Trainer back into Smash Bros. Ultimate, it seems like they're more open to having these characters that sort of swap within a battle. I think it's cool, and I'm looking forward to learning more about them, but it obviously wasn't the reveal that I necessarily wanted, and am I upset about it? I'm not upset. I was disappointed when I saw that it was going to be them, and I don't know, I just wanted a big third-party reveal to come, and of course the character that I want most at this point is Crash Bandicoot, but I actually think that the reveal of Pyra and Mythra kind of gives more weight to Crash Bandicoot being in this game. So since the first DLC Fighter Pass was revealed all those years ago, it seems like so long ago now, my first ever YouTube video was actually a video about why I thought Crash Bandicoot and Waluigi were going to be the last 2 characters in that Fighter Pass. Obviously that didn't happen, but I still think that there is a really, really big chance that Crash may be the last character in the second Fighters Pass. Waluigi I still think has a chance, which I will explain later, but I think he is less likely now. If we look at all the DLC characters in both of the Fighter Passes so far, I think we get an idea of what Nintendo kind of has to do with this Fighter Pass and what they're kind of doing for the fans here. If we look at characters like Joker, the hero from Dragon Quest, Banjo-Kazooie, and Terry Bogard, the first 4 Fighter Pass characters, they are all really huge surprise third-party characters. I don't think anyone expected to see the Joker from Persona 5 at the Game Awards when he was first revealed. I thought that was a total shock reveal that really pleased a lot of fans. Then to get the hero and Banjo-Kazooie in the same direct a few years ago, I thought that was huge. Hero obviously being massive over in Japan. Dragon Quest being an enormous franchise here, much bigger than it is in the West, but it is now growing in the West. So I thought that was a good commercial decision for Nintendo to make because it just brought more attention to Dragon Quest games which do sell on Nintendo consoles. Banjo-Kazooie as well being one of the most requested fan characters since the original game. It seemed highly unlikely that they would get in, but now they are in the game and people went absolutely insane for that. We have a choice for Japan, we have a choice for the West. People loved Banjo-Kazooie being the game, and that might be the biggest fan servicey character that has been in the game, because Banjo-Kazooie really not that relevant anymore, not really in many new games, and really just a huge fan service thing to do with fans of those games who grew up on the Nintendo 64 playing the Banjo games. Terry Bogard, again, a huge third-party character who has a huge South American following. They're really, really pleasing different areas of the world, I believe, and fans of the Smash Bros. Series from all over the world are getting characters that they really want. And then, of course, Byleth. Byleth, who was one of the most disappointing reveals, almost a universally hated reveal, and a character that most people were disappointed that they were going to be included in the game because of the abundance of Fire Emblem characters that are very, very samey in their design and sometimes their movesets as well. But I think what we need to remember all the time with these things is that Nintendo is a company. Nintendo doesn't care about your feelings, they care about making money and getting you to pay money. And unfortunately, after 4 really great fan service characters, Nintendo's got to throw themselves a bone and put in Byleth, a character from a game that they want to sell, and get Byleth in front of lots of new people and get people wondering who Byleth is and get people asking what game Byleth is from and get people buying Fire Emblem Three Houses to funnel money back into Nintendo. I think that's pretty much what's going on here, and they need to make these mixed decisions between massive fan service like Banjo-Kazooie and then massive self-service like Byleth. We then started the second fighter pass with our expectations a little bit low. Getting Min Min up the top was pretty cool. Again, another commercial decision from Nintendo to push a game series that was kind of on its way out, but try to reignite the popularity for ARMS and get people more interested in ARMS and maybe sell a few more copies of ARMS. Monetary decision, commercial decision, but creative character choice that I think people weren't too disappointed about, especially in comparison to Byleth. And then we get 2 huge ones, kind of similar to the Hero and Banjo-Kazooie reveals. We get Steve from Minecraft, one of the biggest characters in the world, one of the most loved and played games in the entire world. And then Sephiroth, a complete shock decision for so many people that just came out of nowhere, but people absolutely loved. So having these 2 huge third-party characters, both sort of unexpected, both people weren't really sure if Steve was going to be in after Banjo was in. No one was predicting Sephiroth, especially because Cloud was in, and no third-party series in Smash Bros. Has 2 original characters. Some obviously have Echo Fighters, such as Ryu and Ken, Simon and Richter. No third-party franchise has 2 playable, unique characters, which I think is awesome. Then obviously we get Pyra and Mythra. So why do I think that Pyra and Mythra give more weight to Crash Bandicoot being in and maybe even Waluigi being in? Here are my thoughts on that whole thing. We've now had a big first-party character from Nintendo in the middle of the fighter pass, and there are now only, as far as we know, 2 characters left to be revealed. Now, we could get a third fighter pass. I highly doubt we will. I would be over the moon if we got a third fighter pass, but for now, there are 2 more characters coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And my personal opinion on this is that these 2 characters have to be huge. They have to be shocking. They have to turn heads. I just feel like Nintendo sort of knew that they couldn't have Pyra and Mythra last. They couldn't be the last DLC characters to be revealed. The last characters have to be huge, unexpected, groundbreaking characters that no one would have thought would happen, right? They need to blow minds. And when I think about Super Smash Bros. And all the characters and mascots of games and series that are represented, I do see one gap, and that is a real, true PlayStation representative. A lot of the most iconic characters in the history of gaming and the competition of Nintendo are in there. We've got Mario, we've got Sonic, we've got Mega Man, we've got Pac-Man. These are iconic gaming characters. Sonic obviously representing that massive, massive rivalry between Mario and Sonic, Nintendo and Sega. Sonic was literally created to try and outshine Mario, and it did for a very long time. That was kind of in the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis kind of period. PlayStation and Sony did the exact same thing with Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot was the exact same thing as Sonic was trying to do. Compete with Nintendo, make a lovable mascot that was cooler, edgier, better, more fun than Mario, and that's what Crash Bandicoot kind of was. He is such a beloved character in the gaming community. People love Crash, and I think that he is this gap of these animal-like characters, or just cartoony-like characters, Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, characters like that who are not in the game. Not to mention the fact that Crash's popularity in the last half-decade has skyrocketed with the Insane trilogy, now with Crash 4, obviously CTR, Crash 4 coming to the Switch very, very soon, as well as this weird tweet that Sakurai sent out saying It's About Time, the title of the 4th Crash Bandicoot game. I don't know what to make of that, and I don't like to read into too much of what Sakurai does like other people, but it seems highly unlikely to me that Crash is not going to be in this game. And it seems highly unlikely to me that the last character in the DLC Fighter Pass, the last character to be added to the roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as far as we know, it seems highly unlikely that that will be just a first-party Nintendo character. Like, it just... I don't think it would be, say, I don't know, just to put one out there, like, someone, perhaps, like, just, this is just an example, but just say something like Skull Kid from The Legend of Zelda. A character that people want, a character that would be really cool in the game, but I just don't think that that has as much merit or relevance for, like, I mean, and that's just an example, but then having the last character be Crash Bandicoot would just be mind-blowing. My alternative view for the last character is Waluigi, which I still think could happen. I just think it's too perfect for them not to have considered it. Because thinking about where we started with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being everyone is here, everyone returns, everyone joins, and also this idea that almost everyone that everyone always wanted to be in Smash, King K. Rool, Ridley, Simon Belmont, Banjo and Kazooie, they all got in. Everyone is here. And I do still think that there is no better way to end Super Smash Bros. Ultimate than to have Waluigi be a playable character and to have everyone is finally here come up on the screen. Because to me, Waluigi is the only massive, massive fan-wanted character that is still not in the game. Aside from Geno, who has been soft disconfirmed by his Mii costume. So Geno I don't think is going to happen. He's the final first-party Mario character that I think could be in the game, and I just think that is why Crash and Waluigi are just gonna be the last two characters. I am still banking on it. My original video was about the first Fighters Pass, maybe it was all about the second Fighters Pass. I do really think that Crash especially has a huge chance of getting into this game, and I just think it's highly unlikely that any other character would have the same impact as Crash. A lot of people say Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I don't see it. Maybe the Doom guy, maybe Doom or Master Chief. Master Chief definitely, but then I stray from Master Chief because we already have Banjo and Steve as Microsoft reps, and it feels unlikely that they'd put another Microsoft rep in. Again, there's no rules, but this is just my train of thought. Maybe the Doom guy. But again, I wonder how they incorporate the sheer violence and gore of Doom into the game, because Sakurai does such faithful adaptations of his characters. I know Snake also comes from a very mature series, but they kind of worked around that with like explosives and everything. I don't know. To me, it just screams Crash Bandicoot is coming, and I just think that it's going to happen. That's sort of why I think that. And I think, again, as I said, Pyra and Mythra being third in the Fighter Pass makes me think even more that these last two are going to be really big. And that's why I go Crash Bandicoot and Waluigi. That's where I'm at. Those are my thoughts. I will be continuing to give thoughts, and I will be probably giving thoughts on playing as Pyra and Mythra when they come out. So stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe. I talk all things games, movies, TV shows, pop culture, and more. Check out some of my other vids, podcasts as well. My name's been Radio Mike. Let me know who you want in the final two character slots for the Fighters Pass below. Thank you for watching. I will catch you later.
But I went to run my hand through your hair and I noticed you were attached to string. You You were a puppet this whole time, you were attached to string.